Hello, hidden item tubers. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. And welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance with me, Blue Ankylo. We're gonna hopefully get to our next chapter today. Always the hope. And yes, today's episode, if you're familiar with Path of Radiance, includes our mandatory desert with hidden items, which has existed in almost every Fire Emblem game forever. And unless you're following a guide, it can be rather RNG as to where they are and all the good stuff you can get. So, of course, I know pretty much what I'm doing, and this is another chapter that I'll just say right up front at the beginning of the video here, because it might be relevant. It's sort of got a non-combat optional objective, somewhat similar to our prison stealth map, although not quite the same. Not as easily just make one mistake and the bonus objective is failed, right? But it's similar. So we're going to be doing this one a bit like a puzzle map rather than just a full combat map, because I kind of think it's fun. I don't know if I recommend it for either of these missions, the prison breakout and the desert looting, but they both have, you know, sort of rewards for doing them non-combat with some other mechanics, and that's interesting. However, the prison one required a very early promoted Oscar for the most part, and this one sort of requires a promoted Marcia and Jill. So unless you're really getting them leveled up fast, it's going to be pretty hard to do. But hey, you never know. So let's go. Feral Frontier. At the end of last episode, it may have given you guys a little bit of a hint as to what was coming. We saw a bunch of Laguz royalty. All the Laguz races, I believe, were represented in some abandoned desert fortress. You know, maybe the desert is relevant. So, to the Feral Frontier. Also, I believe we were supposed to be paid, so excuse me, Banyan, I require my money for stopping your slave trade or something. Oh my, if it isn't the young Prince Serenus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nialucci, you look well. And feeling well, too. Thank you very much. This old crow's as spry as ever, hee hee. Tell me, though, how fares your father, King Lorezi? The same as ever, since that terrible day. He remains abed. He seldom rises anymore. I'm not surprised. In the span of a few days, he lost his family, friends, and almost all his countrymen. Yes. And yet, we're blessed that you are still with us. Prince Raisin, if there is anything this doddering old bird can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you, I appreciate your kind sentiments. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Raisin. Excuse me. Nialucci, you can talk ancient history later. Leave us at once. Yes, yes, of course. I'm sure you have much to talk about, much to say. I'll just take my leave. Please, Prince Raisin, make yourself at home. Psh. Old Nialucci's always been fond of House Serenus. When he heard the White Prince himself was gracing us with a visit, he could barely contain his joy. So, Prince, what's this all about? We haven't seen your face around here in a long time, and I'm naturally quite curious as to your intention. Your attitude during the Goldoa meeting piqued my interest. What is it you're after, Nisala? Why do you provoke Tibarn? Nah, you came all the way out for that. Are you serious? Do not mock me, Crow King. Tibarn is my father's guardian. If not for him, we might have suffered the end of House Serenus itself. I will not brook any insults to him. Oh, I see. So rather than ally yourself with me, your trusted companion of old, you would side with this new protector. That is an unfortunate shift in attitude. I trust you remember that when you and your sister were young, it was I, not Tibarn, who watched over you? Any change in my bearing can be laid at your roost, Nesala. After all, you, my old friend, are the one who continues to engage in commerce with my enemy, with humans. If you were to change our ways, I'm sure we could rebuild the relationship the two of us once shared. Oh no, that I could never do. You see, humans are essential to the fulfillment of my ambition. You've changed, Nisala. If this is the path you've chosen, I've nothing left to say. I doubt you could ever understand what it means to guard Gildas, Prince. To protect an entire country. King Nisala, Duke Tanas of Belbenyon Imperial Senate has arrived. Bring him in. Your Majesty, just now I brushed against the most splendid specimen. Oh, was that a Serenus noble? They're supposed to be extinct. What if it were? Oh, I was right. Wonderful. My eyes do not deceive me. Those dazzling white wings, the shimmering hair, sparkling like falling gold dust. That is the crystallization of beauty in its purest form. Duke Oliver, can we please discuss the business at hand? Per your request, we have appropriated several pieces of art from the ships of Duke Gatos. Oh yes, but you will be compensated as promised. But right now there is something else that I simply must have. Really? Another request? What can we purloin for you today? More art, perhaps? Oh, something more stunning. And if you agree to my proposition, I will double your normal fee. That is most generous. Tell me, what do you desire? Oh, desire? But you most certainly already guessed. Well, between the racism and the slavery, these guys are great. Meeting with the apostle was fine, but all she did was pay us and give us another job. She answered nothing. I wonder what she's planning. That cargo, I can't help but believe there was living creatures inside. But what do you suppose the apostle intends to do with them? I don't know, Titania. They are nobles, and are all nobles and royals like this? They have plans and paperwork for every little thing, and the speech is as confusing as it is tedious. But the other nobles we know are different. There's Princess Alincia, King Gallia, and the Dragon Prince. All of them were so nice and friendly. Perhaps the rudeness of the upper echelon is unique to the Bjork class system. It's mostly Banyan. Princess Alincia was raised in special circumstances. Maybe that's why she's so different. Never could get accustomed to the culture of the Bjork nobles. Ike, I am here for a report. Beep boop. You have earned 10,000 gold thanks to being paid. You spent some on the forged weapon, and you got a bit of bonus XP and stuff. Good job. Also, Ilyana was the MVP. Oh yeah, she killed the boss. Worth it. And we have a new friend, I guess, that we have to pay. Good job. Report concluded. Beep. Okay. So, prep screen. Let's do info story stuff first. Ahem. You are from the northwest nation of Crimea, are you not? You have my condolences for the terrible misfortune that has befallen your people and country. Yet, you remain blessed. Fate has brought you to the Grand Temple Maynol, to the splendor of Benyon, grandest of all nations of Tellius. By the way, I hear you're traveling north to the Grand Desert. There are ancient ruins there, you know. There are the remnants of a race known as the Zunanma. I don't remember these guys at all, who come from a civilization that predates our own. I'm sure you will enjoy the sensation of being immersed in such primordial surroundings and a desert of dryness and death. Yeah, a real picnic. Oh yes, picnics are indeed nice, but a word of caution. Studying the ruins from afar is one thing, but you would be well advised to keep your distance, for safety's sake. It's said that a bandit stronghold near this northwest ruins, and we hear occasional reports of strange figures wandering the dunes. Be careful. I guess there was a little bit of an off-camera. You didn't miss anything, but the idea is we met with the Apostle, Sanaki, and she's like, good job getting us those slaves. Here's 10,000 gold. Also, you're going to the desert to fight some bandits. So they're keeping us busy and out of their hair. How are your preparations progressing? We're underway. We leave in an hour. The next mission takes you to Grand Desert. You must choose your companions with care. A desert's just sandy soil, right? Haha! With one major difference. Unlike sandy soil, you'll not find solid earth near the surface. You could dig and only find sand. Those on foot or horseback may find it difficult to move around. I see. I'm sure Soren knows about that. Has something befallen Master Soren? I don't know if he's ill or something. It all started when we arrived here. Oh? Be that as it may, it won't hurt me to have this information. Tell me more. Of course. There's little water in the desert, the soil is very dry, few trees or grasses, which means there's no groves or anything else to provide cover. And as I mentioned, foot and horseback will find the sand slow their pace considerably. The exceptions are magic users, staff wielders, and thieves. Such people will not be affected by such a larger degree. Thieves are agile, I get that. But magic users, aren't they little weaklings? How do they push through the desert? That doesn't make any sense. I once heard an explanation from a magic user that I know. He claimed that the spirits he employed flew before him and cleared the sand from his path. However, considering the source, I'm not sure how much is true. What was the source? Prime Minister Sephiron. Would he play a joke? Haha, well, the Prime Minister is a very amusing man, but please, allow me to continue. What else? Others who are unaffected by sand, like Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Riders and other flying units. Lagoos, too. Terrain doesn't seem to affect them as much either, although they will be slowed a little. You said Lagoos. Almost everyone here says subhuman. Well, of course, Bjork and Lagoos are both living things. Every precious life was created to be equal by the blessed goddess. The fact that there's still those who persecute the Lagoos in the land of the goddess, 'tis deplorable. Are you of a noble house? Yes, I am. One must be of noble birth to serve the goddess. Not sure about that. But I thought that all nobles were half-crazed fools who can't speak the truth. Ike put his foot in his mouth. You seem quite honest. Ha! I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, one last thing. The desert contains the remnants of more than one lost civilization. Rumor has it that treasures from those times lie undiscovered beneath the shifting sands. Those with good luck may come across such treasures during battle. And by good luck, we mean literally the luck stat plus your biorhythm, if I remember correctly. Or you could be a thief and not have to worry about it. Just, thieves always find stuff. They're really good at that. Hoo-wee, the Grand Temple. Luxury and gorgeousness as far as the eye can see. If a scoundrel like myself can find employment in a place like this, I guess my luck hasn't abandoned me. But for all the glitter and gold, there's an equal amount of dangerous work. I could do without that. Maybe I could use my prone to illness ploy. Yes, I think I can arrange to work about 1 out of every 5 or so jobs. And now that I've got a fixed income, it's time to visit the local inns and see what games of chance there are. Evening. Did you happen... you didn't hear any of that, did you? You were talking out loudly. I wasn't being serious. I'm extremely diligent. Ooh, yes, I am. The peddlers you were with, you were in debt to them, correct? How'd you know that? When we took out that group, your debt vanished. Yes, that's right. That was a tremendous help. Thank you. Come now, you can't believe that the world is as forgiving as that, or that we are so foolish. Oh? Debts are debts, and you have many. Those peddlers weren't the only people who owned you or owned by you, whatever, yes, right? We can't have debt collectors hounding the company day in and day out. My staff officer repaid the rest of the money you owe. Yeah, that's very kind of you. It was from company coffers. You, my friend, are now in our debt. You fight to repay the Grail mercenaries. Oh. Payment will be deducted from your wages for quite some time. It seems you're working for free, friend. Until your debts are completely repaid, don't even think about leaving the company or getting sick. Right. I'm sure you'll do your best. Oh, nuts. Not that he's actually going to do any work for us, but, you know. Let's see, is there any supports today? Ike? Nope. Ilyana? Maybe? Did I agree to Ilyana Mia? I think I did. Oscar... I don't think Oscar... Yeah, Oscar Ike we can't do. Yeah, I think Ilyana Mia is okay, right? Because we're gonna keep Mia. Mia and Ilyana are kind of like my B team right now. So them being friends isn't even a big deal. Because neither of them are like guaranteed permanent members. They're both good, but, you know. Huh. Today's the day. I'm feeling lucky. Maybe I'll meet someone to duel. Maybe my true arch rival. You scared me. Sneaking up on me like that. You're a crafty one. This is like purple hair territory. Purple hair girl territory. Sorry. Please just let me pass. Oh, sure. Excuse me. You want a duel? At dawn? I love dueling at dawn. Ah, never mind. It wouldn't be that much of a challenge. You kind of look sick. Sorry, I'm just a little weak. She looks so fragile. Maybe I should watch her back, just make sure nothing bad happens to her. Ah, well, back to sword practice. Alright, a little bit of support. We have a bit of bonus XP. It's been a day or two. I believe I gave most of it. I just got Astrid a couple levels. And, like, Jill was, like, almost at a level up. You know how I am. I like to give people a level up if they almost have 100. Like, if they're, let's say, above 50 or 60 progression to the next level, then it's nice to just top them off. However, if you're already promoted at this point, I probably won't bother. At least until everyone else is promoted. Like, so the favoritism goes to people who are not yet promoted, is what I would say. And, yeah, I don't really have very much to play with right now, so I just pretty sure it was mostly just Astrid, and I'm also pretty sure I didn't do any resetting. It just, in my prep screen, it just, you know, they got what they got. No skills to put out yet. Vantage could go to someone, I suppose, but I never know. It's always, I have a really hard time with, like, giving out skills, because they're permanent, and you can't change them or anything, so you want to make sure you put them on the right people. And then I end up just holding on to them for a very long time. Let's see, forges, I think, is nothing new this time. Steel bows and stuff like last time. I think I made a steel axe, or one of the steel weapons anyway. We'll show that off in a minute. No more torches or antitoxins available today. And javelins. I'm sure I stocked up on a few javelins. There is a slightly better dagger if you're interested in thief combat. I don't know why. And hey, we can finally buy some L tier tombs. So I'm pretty sure I bought another L Wind at least. They are definitely a little better than Wind. It's not a huge difference, but especially for like effective damage. Remember, the formula for this is doubling the weapon's might. So although flyers are weak to wind, it's only +2 damage. It's barely anything. At least if L-Wind, you're doing +8 damage, which is, you know, a little, or sorry, +4, turning it into 8 damage on top of your magic. It's still not much compared to like a good sword or something. L-Fire is similarly effective against beasts, so going from 3 to 5, if you're going to double it, is at least an upgrade. But yeah, the problem is the base might on the magic is pretty low, so even if you're getting the effectiveness, it's not, you know, not usually a game changer that much. But yeah, that's kind of all there is there. Was there anything I sold? I think we have a gem. Yeah, we got a gem from the last boss. And, oh yeah, you can see all the coins we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coins. I think we missed a couple, but that's not bad. We'll see how many we get in the course of the run, but... yeah, I think that's all... Oh yeah, I might be giving out some permanent stat items too. We'll see what I have set up. But yeah, set up pretty much just that. And I did the support. Okay, let's see the quest. Tell me, Sorinar, you alright? Oh yeah, well, I was going to mention, it is interesting how mages can just move through the desert. It is something I think the game was kind of making fun of, because it's a mechanic from Fire Emblem that's been around since the early games, where mages just hover or something through desert. So they're not affected by desert terrain. I don't think there's a really good lore explanation. At least Lagoo's like on 4 feet maybe would make some sense. Better maneuverability, I guess. Recently, ever since we reached Benyon, you've seemed depressed. Can computers be depressed? Is that so? How odd. Well, I can think of nothing specific that is bothering me. If you say so. So, it's time for the desert. Which is the best direction? Sorry? Reboot. Sorry, I was installing a critical update. What? All I know is there's something going on. Sorry, I was computing. What is it you wanted? Well, I was going to ask for directions, but I guess it doesn't matter. We've already been found. Oh. Who are you? Answer me! Mercenaries hired to take care of a group of bandits. More of the Senator's dogs. You cast us as thieves, and you murder us and hide your guilt, but we will not be defeated. Mark my words, the day will come when all slaves are free, and then you will pay for your crimes. Huh? What? No more useless words. Come, brothers, take them. And suddenly there's a tremendous amount of Lagoons. What? Lagoos? I don't like the look of this. Lagoos or no, that doesn't change the fact they're brigands. Do not lower your guard. Yeah, I know. Everyone, watch your footing. Take care. Alright. We will get to that in just a moment. However, much easier for me when I can see what my preps were and talk a little bit about anything I gave out. I think I might have a usable item or something I was going to do. Okay, so XP, as you can see, I spent a couple hundred XP. I'm fairly certain I trained Astrid up a couple levels. I think 8 to 10 or 9 to 11 or something like that. She's been getting some pretty decent levels. I didn't have to game it or anything. Anybody else? Obviously, yeah. Kieran probably got 1 level. You can see the stats if you're curious. I think I gave 1 to Jill. Maybe even 2 to Jill, because she needs to be a little bit stronger right now for this level. Volk would have been nice to get some levels. I actually kind of have to use Soph, so there's if you had a ton of BXP, maybe, but probably not worth it. Didn't level up me or anything. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of bonus XP on this map, and I'll be able to maybe get some people nearly promoted or something. But, yeah, that's all fairly straightforward. In terms of loot, I've basically just decided to unequip most of the people that I don't plan on using. Rolf is like a maybe, but most everyone else is starting to get unequipped. And then I just transfer over the bands and weapons to the team I'm likely to use. The crafted weapon, there we go, Enthusiasm. So this is our first steel axe, I think, and I think I give it max might and max hit because it's cheap. It's so cheap. So we have a very accurate. It's even better than the iron axe. I mean, the base iron axe is 75 hit, so this has like 3 investments of hit rate. We could have got it to 100, but this has 5 investments on hit rate and 5 might. So it is incredibly good. And for the price, I don't think you can get a better value, honestly. So, maybe once we can do hand axes. But, just for single target damage, it's really, really good. Yeah, Elwin's on Sorin. Anything else to note? Okay, I did set up Marcia. This is important. We will need this. Lagoo's Lance and the Lagoo's Guard. Now, it's kind of either... For the way I'm going to do this map, it's kind of either Marcia or Jill, depending on who's stronger, that needs to kill the boss. And whoever is killing the boss, you probably want the Lagoo's Lance and the Lagoo's Guard. And you need to be very, very strong. Promoted levels for sure. So, promoted Marcia, we're barely strong enough. In fact, I'm not even sure it's a guarantee. But this is about what you need for this strategy to work, and I'm lucky, in a sense, because I didn't really plan this out. I'm lucky that I have a promoted Marcia that's pretty good. Jill being promoted at that level would be more difficult at this chapter, but also would work. In fact, you need both of them to make this easy. But that's the preps. I don't think there's anything else. I think we're yeah, I did do the Ilyana Mia one. Okay, this should look the same as last time. Okay, so let's talk about the map. So, I'm actually only deploying a few people. 2 thieves, because finding items in the desert is random or guaranteed. Random based on some stats, and it's rolled every turn you end turn. And you're in the right location to get some stuff. Or you put a thief in the right spot and you get it every time for sure, instantly. Of course, moving around the desert is difficult. Flyers are the way to go if you want to get fast. And Leth is important, or Leith, whatever we're calling her, because there's a hidden recruitment that is super... This is the biggest secret, I suppose. And if you're not using a strategy guide, you will almost certainly never find this guy. Even if you do find him with someone that's not Leith or Mordecai, I think. It has to be one of the Lagoos. You just get a sword, which you can't even equip right now. So... if you want to get the recruit, we gotta use Leaf, and that's the plan. So, in terms of the map, basically there's just a ton of beasts. We've got cat people, there's bird people, there's just more cats and birds, basically. And they're all over. Some of them are tigers, some of them are little cats. This is the boss. He has a demi-band, which means once he's transformed, as soon as the battle starts, he's always transformed. He just doesn't get the full stat boost. But he's still very strong. Morim is a big boy, to say the least. Not an easy guy to kill. And I think that's pretty much it. So the rewards are really hidden in the desert. So, just to cover them real quick at the beginning of the map here, because I've got it on the side. Treasures. If you're playing along, you know, spoilers, but this is important for my big strategy. In these tiles, bottom left, sort of one over in these ones, there is a guard skill. Up around here, there is a silver blade. There's another coin right in here. There's a shine tome for light magic in here, like a L-Fire version for light, basically. There's another coin, basically right where we start, actually. So you can end turn right in here, and sometimes you'll get a coin, or a thief will find it. There is, the best part is up here, there's boots, the permanent movement upgrades. So that's the most important one to pick up. I would say the silver blade is very important, and the boots are very important, more important. There's a physics staff that is right about here, somewhere around this square. Most of them have like a 3x3 zone, so it's not too bad. There's a statue frag right up here. This is the Constitution building one, or basically we sell for money. And there is a white gem right here, only like 2 tiles. I think it's these 2 actually. And that is big bucks. There's also a secret character, so we have to get Leaf up here. And I mean, if you just play it straight, just by killing enemies and going to all the locations, you can clear this one. Probably will take a dozen turns, and you'll get all the loot, kill all the Lagoos. And you know, one thing to note, Lagoos actually give more XP if you kill them after transformation. So if you're trying to min-max most XP, let them transform, fight you, kill them, and you get a pretty good amount of XP per battle. However, for roleplay purposes and bonus XP purposes, we actually want to kill 0 rebels. As the game very clearly intuited, these are not actually bandits. These are just people that don't want to be slaves to Benion's cruel nobility and have run away. They're basically just escaped slaves. So killing them is not really the good choice. However, we do have to defeat Morim, so we need to defeat 1 unit. And the way it works, let me check my BXP. First, there is a 7-turn limit to get another 300 bonus XP on hard. For each Lagoos that survives, you get 40, and there's a lot. And if you manage to kill 0 Lagoos besides the boss, you get an additional 300. So you can end up with over 1,000 bonus XP, which is pretty darn good. Now, technically, you probably get as much or more for killing them all, but then it's funneled into the units that can kill them. Which on this map isn't terrible. It's likely to be your mages, fire mages, the flyers have a good time. But it's relatively annoying to train cavalry and stuff. Like, it would be great on this map to give Astrid some kills. She would love to get leveled up, and she still kills the birds well. But I believe if you deploy a cavalry unit, they move 2 squares per turn. Ike can move 3, I believe, through the desert. Thieves have got their full 7, and flyers have their normal 9 or 8 move. But cavalry particularly moves slowly, and even infantry units get reduced significantly. So Mia and Boyd can move like 3 or so. The cavalry are like 2. So pretty rough. And this is one of those times where promoting Mist early is kind of a downgrade, actually. So Mist doesn't have a great time on her promoted horse either. So, 7 turns, lots of things to do, trying not to kill any enemies. That sounds like quite the puzzle. Now, I will just say, I have done this once in prep, and I made a save state in case this goes wrong. Because unlike the prison escape, I don't want to be stuck here for 3 hours getting frustrated. Now, I do have a bit of a guide. It doesn't quite work for me because if you want to follow the guide on the Fire Emblem WAD.com, you need a promoted Jill, and you need a trained Soth. So you need Volk and Soth to be relatively survivable for a few hits, and you need a promoted Jill, which is, I would say, pretty difficult to do. Like, you'd have to invest a lot of kills and BXP into her, and not anyone else. And also training Soth at the same time, like, man, you would have to invest a lot to do the optimal strategy here. That said, I'm very confident my strategy can work. I don't know the odds, because, you know, I did it once, but I had to reset many times to figure out the exact setup. But I'll just, you know, this is going to be one where I'm just showing you the puzzle answer that I figured out. You definitely could just kill everything, but, you know, let's go. So, I'm going to move Volk. The deployment spots were very important, by the way. I'm going to head to this one item over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. This is like the most specific step count I've ever done. We can leave the knife equipped on Volk. That doesn't really matter. But most people need to have their weapons unequipped. So there's our guard scroll. Not even all that important, but hey, we got it. Marcia is going to kind of block for him. That's kind of her job. So don't equip anything, or she'll just kill stuff and they'll ruin the BXP. And the Laguz guard makes sure she doesn't take very much damage. Also, you got to make sure people have vulneraries. Depending on the enemy hit rate, we could definitely take some hits. And that's just random. You can't control that. Okay. The general gist will be we will use Marcia to block a space for the next turn for Volk, so he can move in this direction no matter what. That's sort of the idea here. Jill needs to get Leith up to the top right. So we're going to be flying kind of over this mountain range, over to this area where we can recruit the extra guy. And technically part of her job, if she was promoted and was a little bit faster because you have one more movement, part of her job is to lure some birds away from the boots and the boss. Because if you're trying to not kill anything and you're up here, which is where we're eventually going to be, if you have 4 Laguz surrounding you, you can't move and kill the boss. So we actually kind of want to, you know, disperse their formation a little bit. And that's basically Jill's job, but it's difficult if you're not promoted. So for now, it's rescue Leith, and we're going to move 1, 2, 3 up and 5 right. Although, if you were promoted, you'd go further right as well. But we don't have that option, so this is how we do. Also, make sure she doesn't have a weapon equipped, or she'll be killing things. Alright. Yeah, I'm really glad Jill has good defense, because she's not as... Like, this is one of the reasons I spent some bonus XP on her. With the huge speed penalty, she's likely to get doubled. And, I mean, if I had 2 Laguz guards, I would still give one to Jill. But Marcia needs it for boss-killing purposes more than Jill does, I think. Next up, Soth will just rush this way. He's going to have a bit of a bad time. If he was higher leveled, he could do this solo, but we're going to need to send Ike to help him out, basically, I think. Normally, you don't need to use Ike, but I need to use Ike. I mean, if you have a trained Soth and a promoted Jill, then Ike doesn't have to do anything. But we're going to need Ike to cover a little bit here, and that's where we're sort of improvising a little compared to the guide I'm following. Alright, good. So, as you can see, Jill's can take a lot of damage from random cats. Laguz guard would have been amazing, but as long as she's not one-rounded, we're mostly okay. But yeah, it would have been more ideal if the animals were a little bit to the right. I mean, you know, whatever. Okay, round 2. We'll start on the left side. Volk will move all the way up to here. And while we're here, we might as well steal. It doesn't really matter, but this is optional, of course. But we want to be in this tile anyway. Because there's a silver blade in the desert right there. These guys are real good. Sure, they only have 15 durability, but it always annoys me. I hate how the stronger silver weapons actually break easier. Even though they're, like, they're more expensive, they're rare, they're really strong, even though the hit rate's a bit low. But, like, they're one of the best damaging weapons without using, like, effectiveness and crits and stuff. But they break after a few uses, which is, like, I don't know. I don't like low durability. I think there's some balancing to be said about, you know, iron weapons with 45 and silver weapons being, you know, balanced around a different mechanic. But that's a third, like, right? Like, 3 silver blades last as long as 1 iron blade or 1 iron sword. It just, I don't know. I don't know what Fire Emblem was doing with that. It doesn't, I don't agree, you know? I just don't agree. Anyway, Marcia basically continues to block for Volk for now. If she took damage, I guess they can't really attack her that turn, but in theory, she's got the vulneraries to stay topped up, which is what we're going to be doing over here. On the right side, okay, so our thief needs to go 1 up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rather important, we're on specifically this tile. If you go too far, you're going to get locked in by the cat. Like, the cat will move here to stop you, and if you move up, I think you're going to be in trouble on the way back, basically. So a lot of these movements are actually very precise. There's not a lot of wiggle room. Just keep that vulnerary equipped. Or ready. So we've got another statue frag. Mostly garbage, but hey, it's worth lots of money to sell. And here's where Jill really starts to fall behind. 1, 2, I don't want to lure that bird out yet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Plus the extra right one. So you're supposed to be here, basically. If you had a promoted Jill, you want to be in this square this turn. However, we're improvising, so we're going to be 1 down and 1 right from where I would like to be, because I don't want to move this bird yet. Also, we need to eat a vulnerary. Do not forget. Jill needs to heal up, because she's going to take some more hits. Ike is going to stay out of the way of this one, but move over. Make sure he doesn't have a sword equipped. I should put some saves down, because somewhere around here is where things could get messed up. I mean, it's only 7 turns, so it's rather simple, but it is a very precise thing. And I do like the fact that it's a bit of a puzzle. I just find in the middle of a recording session, it's very hard, because I end up trying things, resetting, you know, over and over and over again. And I don't know if it's a great experience if I spend 2 hours, you know, testing out how to manipulate the enemy movement AI for the most part. Alright, let's put down a save, just in case. We're about, well, almost halfway through, I guess. Okay, let's start over here. This is the easy side, for the most part. Jill is the hard... Soth and Jill are in the tough spots. Marcia and Volk are actually pretty hard to kill, but you'll see. Okay, first step. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. This is technically optional again. If you want everything, you gotta go get everything. But does it really matter? It's just a coin. You know, don't worry about that too much. Marcia will continue to guard the point. Basically, now we want Volk to move to the right, so she's on his right. It makes sense, right? And if you're really paying attention, keep track of the transform gauges. It goes up by, I think, 4 per turn. So it's safe. The reason we went here early is because these guys don't activate too quickly. But once they do activate, we would get blocked in, right? We'd have... Once there's 3 or 4 attacking, we won't be able to move. So, that's the idea there. Now, let's look at Volk, or, well, sorry, not Volk, Soth. He's gonna run away. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because he needs to get, eventually, what's the goal for him? I can't remember which thief I have on my list. One of them needs to get up to here. It might actually be that Soth is mostly done. I think he gets the physics staff in here. But that's very dangerous, right? So, what do? We could move to here, and then he dies. So we move here, and he doesn't die. This pushes him a little bit behind the curve. Also, if this guy transforms, he dies. But he does not. Like, we've still got 3 turns there. I feel like I've planned this out. I just want to make sure I've got this correctly. I did save at the beginning of this turn if I have to go back. I think this is what I wanted to do. This is off script, because if you have a stronger Soth, you just move him over here and it's fine. I do have Ike available to push, was kind of the idea, and I'm gonna... Wasn't sure where I would need him to be, but... Ike can either rescue or shove Soth if necessary. There's also a coin somewhere around here that Ike will try to get. Maybe Soth will pick it up. It doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about the coins. And then Jill. Okay, so Jill should be here this turn if she was promoted. The plan is 1, 2, 3, and drop Leith above. That's where we want Leith to be. However, because we're not promoted, we're losing a lot of... Like, we're 2 steps behind already. Which means we are now 3 steps behind this turn. And this is where it gets a little spicy. Because this is the turn... I should have used another vulnerary on Jill, technically. But this is the turn that she's supposed to be luring the crow to the right. And she can't. So we're going to have to do some more improv shortly. Leith, you can't unequip their claws. So, you know, if you've over-leveled Leith or something, this might be a bit of a problem. You know, there's that. But I think you'd have to be doubling, so you need a lot of speed to be one-shotting these cats. This is okay. The birds don't do very much damage. It's the big tigers that hit real hard. Okay, as long as you don't get blocked in. That's annoying. I don't like that. Okay. Let me put another save. I'm have to make sure I don't overwrite number 4, because number 4 is my backup. Okay, so... Yeah, I think ideally this bird would have attacked Jill last turn and started to move out of the way. This one will take a couple more turns, but it would be nice to get rid of this crow, so we're going to be heading up here soon. Okay, Volk, next step, we're just moving to the right. Got that Shine Tome. Marcia does some maneuvering, because he will die or something to those cats. And we just move up to here. But yeah, now we're heading up into Bird Zone, which is, you know, the trouble. And I think... We've actually picked up almost everything. I'm missing 1 coin from the starting zone, the physic that's nearby, and the boots, and the white gem. I mean, there's still a few things. But you can see where we're headed. So, Vulcan Marcia done. Soth is supposed to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the goal, but it's pretty dangerous. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we go here... And then Ike is going to rescue or push him, if I remember correctly. I mean, I made a save. I can't remember. Let's see what happens. And I think I missed 1 vulnerary on Soth already. So he could be at full HP, which should be enough to let him survive a hit. So that was already a mistake. You know what? Let's fix that. I was worried so much about avoiding these guys. Like I said, the movement and vulnerary use is very, very tight. It's interesting that Path of Radiance makes the sort of puzzle maps so... Was it 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? Oops. No, this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, the movement for these puzzles is like very tight. Right, you can't. Yeah, Jill could not use a vulnerary because she had to drop. So I actually didn't miss anything with her. It was Soth that. All right. I turned off animations just because, you know, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have a couple resets here. Kind of wish there was a way to speed these up. Is there a button? In the newer games, like Engage and stuff, you can hold down A or X or something on enemy phase, and it like puts the enemies at like double movement speed, and I think you can. A lot of animations can be sped up. Okay, now we're back to probably where I want to be. Solth won't, I believe, instantly die. 23 damage, 14 speed. Yeah, he just has to use another vulnerary. Okay, so that's all I missed. Solth can escape without Ike's help. I just wasn't 100% sure if I needed him or not. Let's do this first, like last time. Run, tome, move, rescue, keep moving. Solth goes. This is turn 4. He goes 2 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, and continues to eat vulneraries. Yes, just in range of not the big cat. Okay. Ike, I don't think the cat will ever attack Ike instead, so we'll just have Ike move back. I wonder if I can figure out, hold on. I was hoping Ike would find that random coin. I just wasn't sure if I needed him to help Solth. I'm just lining up my map. Rock, corner, and we go 1, 2... Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3 here is where these 3, basically centered on Solth, 2 to the left, in a 3x3 there's a coin. So I could theoretically get that with Ike, maybe, but it is RNG. Okay, other things. Yeah, spicy. It does get touchy here. First up, we're heading to the secret tile with Leith specifically, to find ... Sniff. I sense something. Grr, must be my imagination. Oh, a female cat, splendid. I've not seen your face in these parts. Ah! Where'd you come from? Oh, I see I startled you. My apologies. Who are you? Oh, if you wish to learn someone's name, isn't it polite to introduce yourself first? He says after not introducing himself first. Grr, I am Leith from Gallia. Oh, I'm Stefan. I live here in this desolate wasteland, playing at a hermit. If that's so, don't let me interrupt your life. Oh no, please don't worry about it. Oh, don't worry, I won't. So, what? Why are you standing there? Well, I am interested in Gallia's beast tribe. It's fascinating, really. I have an idea. Can we go and talk? No. Well, come on. My companions and I are in the middle of a battle. I have no time for chit-chat. Well, very well. Then I will help you. Once the battle is finished, we'll have time to converse, female cat lady. I suppose. Righto, off we go. What kind of lunatic is this? The kind of lunatic that can almost solo the rest of the game. We've heard of first Jagan, but have you heard of second Jagan? Have we had second Jagan? Stefan, I don't know how much we need to talk about this guy. He is a secret character that you almost never could possibly find on a normal run. One square on a map that you have to land on Leith first, or Mordecai. If someone else lands on this tile before they do, then he shows up and gives them a sword. So to get him to join, you have to know where to go and send the right person, or it will never happen. It's very, very niche, and there's no hints. As far as I know, there's nothing in the game that refers to this guy at all. He is promoted. He has the Astra skill, which is questionable technically, but it is a skill that he gets for free. S-rank swords, which means he's the only person that can use the Vague Kadi for now, which is a legendary sword. It's basically a killing edge with better stats. It's not as good as a Silver Blade for damage, but, you know, did you see that crit rate in the bottom? He gets a passive 30% as a Swordmaster, plus... Or is it 20% in this game? Whatever the number is. You get a certain amount for being a Swordmaster. Some games it's 30, sometimes it's 20 or 25. We get 35 from the Vague Caddy, and you get some more from your skill, whatever the percentage is. It's like half your skill is crit or something like that, so maybe 13 there. Yeah, it's probably 13 from skill. Maybe it's 15% crit from your Swordmaster. Yeah, I think the Game Boy Advance one, Swordmaster's got 30 crit. they got nerfed down to 15 in Path of Radiance, I think. Maybe that's the way it works. Anyway, 63% is still ridiculous. So, you know, he's very strong, crazy fast, very skilled. If he does ever trigger Astra, 5 hits at half damage is, you know, maybe. The main problem with Astra is its 5 weapon uses. So if he triggers Astra twice on a double, that's 10 uses gone, theoretically, at half damage. So it is kind of a weapon eater, basically. But, yeah, that's Ch15. He doesn't have a lot of supports, if I remember correctly. And he kind of just is strong enough to kind of win on his own. I guess I could mention his growth rates, even though he already is promoted level 8. He doesn't have a lot of room to grow, unlike most units so far. Quick pull here, Ch15. Growth rates. Okay, so despite being level 8 promoted, 70% HP, 50 strength, 20 magic, 40 skill, 55 speed, 25 luck, 35 defense, 30 resistance. So, you know, he'll almost certainly cap out his speed if you level him up. His skill is almost capped already. I think strength has to go up a fair bit, but with 50% growth, if you use him, he's very likely to cap out a bunch of stats. And, you know, he's perhaps the least investment required Swordmaster in the game, you know. He just starts pretty much viable to the end game, you know. He maybe isn't the strongest solo unit ever, but if you want a Swordsmaster and you don't feel like training Mia and Zhark, he's totally fine. Anyway, I don't intend on really using him, but he needs to unequip this bad boy, and he might need a Vulnerary, maybe. Alright. Now, in theory, I'm going to try to use them to get this white gem. You're supposed to basically ferry Soth up here via Jill to guarantee the white gem drop, but our Soth is not strong enough. If we do that, he will die. If you have a stronger Soth, then you can send him. Unfortunately, that means we're relying on these two's luck to land in the correct tile here, which, well, it is what it is. Let me just put down another save slate, because I don't have to redo all that chatting. Okay, Jill would like to use... Okay, yeah, the question is, do I still send Jill to rescue Soth? Because the idea would be next turn, Soth moves up and gets picked up by Jill. Because the boots are going to be going to Volk. And the only other item we're missing is the physics staff. I think it's more important that Jill... it might not work now. I think I need to do it last turn. It might be nice. Actually, you know what? I think this bird will go for Jill if we put him in range. Because Jill's much weaker than Marcia, and there's no other targets. I don't really want the tiger to go after Jill. So, like, this tile? It's not quite where I wanted to be. Let me look at where my guide suggests Jill goes. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. So we should be 3 more tiles to the left. 1, 2, 3, which would have drawn the bird down. And then it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Like back right. So we can get to the space that the guide wants us to be in. The problem is, and I think that's just avoiding the tiger, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, we're just trying to avoid the tiger's aggro. I think what we want to do is try to lure the bird, but not the tiger. So like this tile, I think the improv will be stand here, try to lure the crow to the right, and then we'll still have Jill in a position where she can help pick up Soth if I decide I want that. This is my, you know, theoretical plan. You know, we'll see how it turns out. Ch15 gets hit. Oh, wait. Excuse me? Wait, that's the wrong... Hold on. I already saved it. Did I not unequip that? Sorry, everybody. Very frustrating. At least we only have to go back a little bit. Is it the order? Do I have to trade first? Maybe trading the vulnerary re-equipped it, or maybe I just messed up. I don't know. Weird. I'm pretty sure I unequipped that. Anyway, this is why I have save states rather than just restarting the entire map. Because, like, every time you make a misclick or the AI does something that doesn't work, you know. What was Soth doing? 1, 2, and then all the way over. Don't forget to eat your vulneraries. And we're trying to get Ike over towards the random coin. And then Jill, after all that work, what did I say? Not within range of the tiger, but in range of the bird. So I think just this tile is fine. Move over. Eat your vulneraries. Mind you, the birds don't hit that hard, so it's not too bad. Alright, hopefully this time I got it right. Stupid unequipping bug. I don't know if it's a bug, but I feel like I'm pretty sure I unequipped that. Anyway, it looks like we're fine now. Alright, we did not lure over the bird. That sucks. This is really bad for positioning, basically. Not that I think Marsha's gonna die or anything, but we do need her to have... This is gonna make it really hard to move around. Yeah. The fact that the tiger moved to the left and, like, locked her in there is really bad. I think we can recover, but this is not what we wanted. We did not want this bird here, because if the bird was not here, Marsha can move up and has a lot more flexibility for the next turn. We're just only able to get here, which means I think we'll be okay. We have to kill the boss on turn 7, so we have enough time. I could go this way or this way, but we don't want to be in range of these big tigers, and if we ever get surrounded, you know, we're stuck. So, whoops. Okay, I think my plan is, instead of ferrying Soth all the way up here, let's see if we can figure out where that white gem is, and maybe we'll just rig it, because this is, you know, something that maybe it's just down to RNG, you know? It's down to your biorhythm and luck stat. We got a really high biorhythm and a bad luck. We got a little bit low biorhythm and a pretty solid luck. Let's see if either of these get lucky. Just double check my map, make sure I'm in. There's 2 tiles, basically, so... Rather than ferry Soth all the way back up here, let's see if these 2 could just find it, you know? It's, I think, like some sort of percent chance, I don't know. Neither of them found it. I wonder if there's a way. There's got to be a way, just like level ups where menuing increases the save state or something, or the random seed. I've never tried this specifically, but I'm curious if it works. We'll try it again next turn. I don't have to do it. I don't have to get it right now. We've got a couple more turns. Okay, so Soth, your job this turn is to get the physic, which is... What does my guide say? Where is he supposed to move? The guide suggests 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right. It's the idea is getting him over here so that Jill can ferry him to get the guaranteed loot. I don't care about that very much. My job right now, I think, is to get... Ideally, I would like to use Jill to help with this setup, actually. So Ken Volk, or Soth, sorry, whatever, their names keep mixing me up. He can just avoid the cats, because he's very speedy. I think it's... Basically, this is the center of a 3x3, so this should be good. And he can make it here. I should have used a vulnerary. I think he should be able to out-move them, though. No. No, let's not. Sorry, my spacing is very difficult here. It was this tile. Okay, double check. So 11 HP, 4 defense. That's 13. He doesn't even survive that. See, that doesn't work. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Unfortunately, the bird. I mean, using the vulnerary is a good idea, but it doesn't really matter because the bird will still kill him. So instead of that, we're gonna have to rescue. I can't use Jill independently, but if I'm carrying him, we're 17 damage. The bird barely hurts Jill. It's actually, I mean, maybe if it's doubling her, it will go to the right. It's just, yeah. This is a little tricky, no doubt. Okay, we're gonna just wing it. Let's see what happens. Alright, these guys try again, I guess. Oh, sure, now we get it first try. Alright, so you can't guarantee that happens, but I think with 3 turns, honestly, I think the odds of getting it, if both of these people end their turn right here, I should have used a vulnerary on Stefan again. He better not die. It is worth a lot of money, but I think if you end your turn here for 3 turns, that's 6 attempts, I think there's a reasonable chance she'll just get it anyway. Ike. I'm okay with him taking a couple hits. There is a coin here, but whatever. Alright, so the problem is, yeah, we need to do this. And this is spicy, right? This is why I wanted some more room. Because we have to get the boots, and next turn Marcia must be in position to kill the boss. And we're not there yet. Okay, is this gonna work? And now, basically all the goos are transformed. Oh, sure, you know what? Going after Ike wasn't what I was thinking, but that's good, actually. Ah, good. This is really good. Okay, now I'm mostly confident we've got it. As long as we don't, like... Nah, we're fine. There's no way they can kill Stefan, right? The fact that he's got hit twice in a row by cats is kind of annoying, but... yeah, we should be fine. As long as Ike doesn't die... And I think he just has to eat a vulnerary. He should be fine. Next turn he's gonna get hit by 4. I might be able to get out of the way of this one. Let's make sure I can not get hit. Honestly, the bird attacking him isn't even a big deal. Move up. Stay healthy. We didn't get the coin again. That's whatever. Okay. Don't forget to eat your vulneraries. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to put my save down because this is another rather specific one. We need the boots. And I need Marcia to be... Basically, she has to be able to get to this tile. Next turn. She should use a vulnerary this turn, and ideally, I think maybe even here is okay. Well, no, maybe this tile specifically. I don't want these tigers to move, and if this cat stands here, it's going to be frustrating. Maybe I can use Jill to help block some of that. Maybe Volt can block that square. Oh, but would he... How much damage do these guys do? 26. Ooh, it's 18 damage hit. That's a big one. 18 and 14. I think that's too much. Can't have him within range. Now, he does have a count, because he has a weapon equipped, they might still prioritize the unequipped flyers, but like I said, this is a tricky turn. For now, I did save it. We're going to try this. Boots are really, really good, though. And we're going to just put Marcia here. You know, ideally, this guy... Maybe I should have unequipped Volk or something, because I mostly just don't want him to stand here. And he probably will, just to be a jerk. Oh, I don't trust Jill that much either, because she gets doubled. 16 defense. What could I do with Jill? I mean, I could block the back part, so... Let's make sure there's at least a space here. I think as long as we can go, in theory, 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Maybe that's the play, is have Jill one step there so that Marcia has a way around if the cat blocks her. Or maybe the cat will go after Jill, and then it's fine. Alright, these two are fine. Doesn't look like they're going to attack Leith anyway, because she counters. Let's see if we got it. Alright, Tiger goes for Marcia, only 4 damage. Cat, of course, blocks her in. Of course! I'm really glad I put Marcia, or Jill below her, because they very nearly blocked her in on all 4 sides. Seriously, though, Stefan has crazy evade. How is he getting hit every single time? Man, what a punk. So much for awesome unit. Gee whiz. Alright, we should have won. Let me, This is good. So this is where I basically made my save state. If things had gone awry, this is where I would have loaded in a very similar scenario as this. Looks like we've got it set up pretty well. I will try, like I put a save down. I'm going to try to get this stupid coin. I should double check I'm even on the right time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think, 3, 4, 5. This is one that maybe Soth could have gotten, but am I even in the right spot? From the corner of this rock. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, man. So it's so hard to count in the desert. It's 5 empty spaces below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty spaces. And then this is the top right of the coin circle, which means I'm actually not in the right spot. It's these ones. So I've blocked myself out of the coin no matter what I do. Alright, whatever. We're 1 tile to the left of it. I mixed it up. Whatever, we lose another coin. It's not unbelievable. The question is, does this work? So, in theory, the odds are pretty good. We only have an 85 hit rate with 2 RN, so, you know, it's 90-something%. But we have to hit both, or we lose. So, I think Marcia here, and again, 21 attack speed to double, like, this is a very specific setup. So if your stats aren't crazy good, this whole idea, like, I'm very lucky that this is even possible, basically. This chapter could have been completely well, the pacifist route, basically, would have been entirely impossible. But I think we'll be okay. Oh, I should have turned the... Hold on. You should watch at least one animation. Marcia versus Morim. My companions and I are not thieves. I'm sure you could not care less. So far, so good. Alright. Ah, no! Green tiger! Looks a little sick. fine. Defense is crazy on her. And there you have it. That's the pacifist route with basically all the treasure, except for a coin. And we did not train up Soph, and we did not promote Jill. The only thing that got a little bit lucky was the white gem, but I think there's a decent chance we would have got it. And then positioning there for Marcia at the end was the really tricky part. So if you're trying to wing that, it's very difficult. I had a guide, and I tried it a few times to figure it out myself, and it still was just barely possible. Anyway, that didn't take too long. Ha ha ha. Oh, we lose. You, leader of this band. Yes. I'll resist no further. Take me with you or execute me here, I care not. Somehow you managed to dodge all my guards and assassinate me. I guess you win. But my companions, would you let them go at least? No, I won't allow it. Huh? I won't let you take Morim. Stay back, little one. We're not supposed to expose. If you want Morim, you gotta kill me. Deal. I mean, yes, he's a Bjork child. I claimed him when he was little more than an infant. He has nothing to do with us. Subhumans. Stop lying. I'm here because I wanna. Who's leader of the Laguz Emancipation Army? Me. You're a big jerk, Morim, trying to cover for everyone and get yourself killed. I won't allow it. He's, I don't love Tormod. He's, the classic child mage, whatever the word is, special. I can't remember it. I hate them so much. Every time, it's always children. We have Soren, who's barely an adult. We have Ilyana, who's barely an adult. And we have a literal child. And those are our 3 mages. Come on, why can't we have normal mages? Usually wizards are old men that studied their whole life, or old women, I don't care, pick your gender. But the point is, they're people that dedicated their life to the arcane arts to unravel the secrets of the universe. Not some 10-year-old that picked up a book. Sorry, I get a little heated. This is not the first child mage that has annoyed me in Fire Emblem. I don't really care who the leader is. Laguz, who calls himself a subhuman, protecting a kidnapped Bjork, who claims to lead the Laguz Emancipation Army. Crazy. Alright, is that it? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I should move that again, sorry. Got too heated, got too excited about the anger for child mages. Would someone please tell me what's going on? No. Alright, start again. It's customary through Benyan's history to keep Laguz as what now? Yeah. But that was the past 20 years at least, right? Slavery was outlawed. All Laguz were freed. Yeah. Yeah, we learned that 20 years ago, emancipation was mandatory legally. There are no Laguz slaves ever again. As far as the general public is concerned, that is what happened. So, there's a portion of society that willingly breaks the law? I wonder who it would be. Would it be the lowly merchants and fishmongers and wood carvers that have no money for slaves? Or the wealthy nobility that love to show off their excess and lord it over others? Maybe back when we were in the castle and the idea that the nobility were the backbone of the empire might be a lie. Anyway, the commoners obey, but there are still many Laguz slaves in the home of nobles. Yeah. Take down the bourgeoisie indeed. Morim and I brought this to the attention of the senators, but they won't listen. That's why, because the senators are the nobility. We talked to the rich nobles that have slaves and told them to stop, and they ignored us and tried to make us slaves. That's why we gathered some fighters. We're going to break into their homes where the slaves are and help them escape. Of course, the nobles can't let this be known publicly, so they'd brand us thieves and turn us to wanted outlaws. Alright, I think I understand, but you're not going to solve this basic problem like that. We know, but we can't just give up and leave them in chains. We can and we won't. Alright, alright. Let's let the adults take care of this kid. I'll do it. What? Yeah, this Bjork behavior has really been bothering me. I would love to kill some fat nobles. I think there might be something I can do. Like murdering the bourgeois. I mean, yes. Ike. I'm gonna make him a custom sword called, like, naivety or something. I don't know. Naysala, stop this foolishness. Where are you taking me? Tell me. Oh, it's only a little farther. I'll tell you once we arrive, just as I promised. Naysala is the worst, though. Oh, I hate this guy. Friggin' crows. I left no word with Tabar. If I had known we were coming this far, I would have left a message. Sad music. It's not good. Here we are. This is what I wanted to show you. Look below you, Rayson. What do you see? What? How is this possible? What happened? This is Serenus? Is this what you're trying to tell me? The colorless vista, cracked and withered branches, lifeless trees? This is my forest? Yeah. I don't speak Gibber-Jew. The ancient tongue. It's been many years since I heard it last, and you can still speak it. The voice of the forest is still. Why, how did this... Oh, it's been like this since your clan was disappeared. The area near the entrance is especially bad. They used fire. Most of the trees are dead. Unforgivable! How could they do something like this? Cursed humans! What did this forest do? What did my clan do? Humans hold all Lagoos in contempt, and in the same way they hold all of nature in contempt as well. They think everything exists for their pleasure and betterment. They are beneath contempt. Nisela, it appears that I have misjudged you. I called you a groveling toady to humans and labeled you a traitor. I was overly harsh. I apologize. Oh, Rayson. Not to worry, I engage in occasional commerce with humans. That much is true. A more pressing issue is the growing darkness. You can return to the Phoenices tomorrow, can you not? I'm certain that some noble has a villa in this area. At this time of year, it is almost certain to be empty. I suggest we borrow it for the evening. You would sleep in a human building? Oh, think about it. Bird folk like you and I have no night vision whatsoever. If we were discovered by humans, they would surely overwhelm and capture us, right? I do see your point. Come with me, young bird man, to an abandoned villa. Very good. I'll go stumble around and find something to eat. Please, make yourself comfortable. Nezawa? Yes? Thank you. For everything you've done, I truly appreciate it. You really are the best. Oh, don't be ridiculous. We're old friends, are we not? Right, you are, old friend. Is everything in place? Yes. Duke Tanis cannot sit still. He is literally quivering with anticipation. It is disgusting. Yeah. Just make sure the mountain of suet, mountain of fat, stays hidden. If Rayson catches so much as a glimpse of his bulk, he'll take wing. Understood. Now, for the finishing touch. This, too, I do raise to Kilvis. Rayson, please, don't judge me too harshly. That being said, well, you will. Ah, well, such is life. Enjoy your new one, old friend. The worst! How could he? He literally sells out his best friend. His childish, he was like his what do they call it, nest guardian or something, I don't know, like he was literally in charge of looking after the young Rayson, raising him and protecting him, He sells them to the fat noble. It's brutal. Betrayal of trust most foul. Because they're foul. Anyway, we have successfully got a tremendous amount of bonus XP that I can give to whoever I want and max their levels as my will. Even though the story is sad, the successful mission is good. And with that, we end our episode. I believe that is the last of the puzzle missions, and you didn't have to do it as a puzzle, but it was fun. You know, I think I enjoyed trying to figure it out, and I do, you know me, you guys have been around the channel for a while maybe. I like every now and then leaning into the roleplay a little bit, and I think the good answer to this map is to try not to kill everything. It's very difficult if you deploy everybody to not, you know, accidentally kill someone. It is obviously, you know, you're intended to kill a few, but maybe try to avoid some and get partial rewards. But the full pacifist route is very specific. And to also get all of the hidden treasure makes it rather difficult, let's say. But, you know, interesting. So that's that. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed Chapter 15's desert map. We'll get back to normal next time and do some more... oh, can't show you that. That's spoilers. We'll get back to more traditional combat for the rest of the game, basically. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.